is the GOAT?
Look,
in
man,
golf?
we watched Tiger.
Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus.
We watched John Daly.
Two names that dominate
Now
any
Jack.
conversation about golf's greatest players. But one of them played at
I
a
got
time
Tiger
when most
here.
golf fans were either very young or weren't even born yet. So
hold
today,
on.
we'll
Make sure I
dominate
can-
any conversation about golf's greatest players. But one of them played at a time when most golf fans were either very
1961.
young or weren't even born yet. So today, we'll
Damn.
answer the question.
Yeah, I was nowhere near
How
born.
good was prime Jack Nicklaus actually? Born in Columbus,
wasn't-
Ohio
he
in
went
1940, he picked up golf at the age of 10. He came from a family
Young
that had
Jack.
already seen great success in multiple sports. His father had already played football for the Ohio State Buckeyes, played semi-professional football for what would become the Detroit Lions, was a local tennis champion in his youth, and was even a scratch golfer. Given this, it's unsurprising that Jack showed the athletic ability that he did from a very young age. It didn't take long for young Nicklaus to show that he had something special with a golf club, scoring 51 over 9 holes the first ever time he played. He won 5 straight Ohio State junior titles, with his first coming at the age of 12.
He said he scored 51 over 9 holes.
How, Sway?
The what?
A year later, he broke 70 for the first time and became the year's youngest qualifier into the US Junior Amateur, earning himself a +3 handicap at the age of 13. From the ages of 10 to 17, he had won 27 tournaments in the Ohio area.
Hold on.
And if it wasn't
Hold on.
amateur,
Hold
earning
on.
himself a +3 handicap at the age of
Because
13.
I'm learning more about golf, bro. So I gotta let me know about everything in the comments. They said he earned himself a +15 handicap. Please let me know what that exactly means. Because I just started I downloaded the golf game, so I'm learning more about golf through the game as I'm watching it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get more into it because, bro, when I watch Tiger, I'm like, well, this shit hard. Like the athleticism and I didn't think it was this. Like, I really thought golf was, I thought it was boring. But when you start watching it and you start getting into it, it's like,
From the ages of 10 to 17, he had
So let
won
me know in the
27
comments, man, so I can
tournaments
learn
in the
more about
Ohio
it.
area. And if it wasn't for a lack of social media, there was no doubt that he would have been known as a national golfing prodigy, much like a young Tiger Woods was many years later. By the time he was
Young
in college
Tiger.
at Ohio State, a place where they'd eventually open a museum for him 45 years later, he was already making waves in the amateur circuit, winning the US Amateur Championship twice. But it wasn't until
He won the
1962
amateur
that
championship
Nicklaus
twice?
really announced himself to the global golfing world. A year earlier, a young and ambitious 21-year-old Jack played the US Open and came second, just 2 shots behind the leader, none other than Arnold Palmer. He had gone from his very
Arnold
small
Palmer, bro. Why I heard that name before, but I never know who he was, what he did. I swear I heard the name Arnold Palmer so many times, but I never know what he did. He came second. How old was he at this time? U.S. Open, he came second to U.S.
just
That's
2 shots
insane.
behind the leader, none other than Arnold Palmer. He had gone from his very small local tournaments in Ohio to competing in majors against the world's very best in just 4 short years.
That's
And only a
crazy.
year later, he'd get his revenge. 1962, his first major championship,
That's
beating
crazy.
none other than Arnold Palmer in an 18-hole playoff. And this was just the beginning of what would become one of the most dominant careers in golf history. People knew he was good, but I don't think anyone expected him to go on to have the career that he had,
I wanna see
apart
more
from
highlights
maybe
though, bro.
himself. When we look
But I
back
couldn't
now
find a
and discuss
video
major
with,
championship
like,
wins in
I couldn't
golf,
find a video
his
better.
name is at the top of the list. The Golden Bears record of 18 major victories is the biggest nod to his dominance.
Won by force. Hold on. What the fuck?
The Golden Bears record of 18
Here's the consensus breakdown on 18 major wins down Masters tournament. He won 6 Masters. He won 3 in the span of 3 years. Well, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Tom Kite, Tom John. That's crazy.
major victories is the biggest nod to
US
his
Open,
dominance
what
in
the-
the
Arnold
sport.
Palmer. He was
To put
whooping
it
on
into
Arnold Palmer.
perspective, even the great Tiger Woods with his 15 major wins fall short of Nickaus.
Damn. That's insane.
But it's not just the number of wins that's impressive, it's how Nicklaus spread his victories across all 4 major tournaments: 6 Masters, 4 US Opens, 5 PGA Championships, and 3 Open
got 5
Championships,
PGAs?
completing the career Grand Slam 3 times over, an achievement
Damn!
only Tiger Woods can match. But here's where
Only
Nicklaus's
Tiger?
achievement becomes even more
They
impressive.
also, hold on, y'all gotta let me know in the comments. Who is these? If it's these two at the top, who is the ones under? Who's the next people under? Let me know who under.
He's the only player in history to win each major at least once in 2 different decades. It's not just about being great for a few years.
And
He
what?
maintained that level of
did
excellence
what?
over an extended period, adapting to changes in the game, innovations in equipment, and consistently outperforming new generations of players. But here's something that might impress you even more. Nicklaus's success rate in majors was unbelievable. His career win percentage in majors was about 17.3%. That means he won a major about 1 in every 5 times that he played, and in his prime years, that percentage climbed even higher, approaching 20%. In tennis, Roger Federer, widely considered one of the greatest players of all time, has a win percentage of about 21% in Grand Slam tournaments. In basketball, Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls won 6 championships in 15 seasons, a 40% success rate. This is usually the fact that is brought up when comparing him to Tiger. Sure, at Tiger's peak, he was touching on the 20% winning mark as well, but as we all know in his later years, that percentage only got worse and worse. Imagine entering 100 tournaments over your career, knowing that you'd win about 17 of them. That stat alone might be the reason he was named Sports Illustrated Best Individual Male Athlete of the Century.
What? What the fuck?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. This is a tough debate. Cause it's like Tiger prime might have been better. Like his prime, like at one time, but that's longevity.
And these aren't just any tournaments. These are the biggest, most pressure-packed events in the sport. Nicklaus became the oldest Masters champion in history, a record that still stands today.
46
This win,
years
coming
old.
after a 6-year major drought, proved that even in the twilight of his career, the Golden Bear could still get his older body working and beat the best of the best. Starting the final round 4 shots off the lead, Nicklaus shot a back 930, including an eagle and 2 birdies in his final 4 holes. He finished with a round of 65, securing his 6th green jacket and 18th major title. But
That
now let's
boy
look
is
at his overall
different,
PGA
bro.
Tour wins. With 73 victories, Nicklaus ranks 3rd of all time. Only Sam Snead and Tiger Woods, with 82 wins each, have more. But here's the thing. Nicklaus achieved this while playing fewer tournaments than many of his competitors. However, an interesting fact is that Nicklaus also had 73 top 10 finishes in majors. That's the same number as his total PGA Tour victories. And if that wasn't enough, 56 of those were top 5 finishes. To put this into
That's
further perspective,
fucking insane.
Tiger Woods has 33 top 5 finishes in majors. That's an incredible achievement in its own right, but it's still 23 shy of Nicklaus. And the 19...
What? What the fuck?
Bro, what? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Bruh. Golden
The
boy.
70s were arguably his greatest years,
Golden boy.
competing in 40 major tournaments. Guess how many of those he finished in the top 10? 35.
I wanna see more highlights,
That's
though.
87.5% of the majors in that decade. It's one thing to have a great few tournaments, but to maintain that level of excellence over an entire decade, that's something else entirely. From 1969 to 1978, he made the cut in 39 consecutive majors. That's almost a decade of never missing a weekend in the biggest tournaments in golf. This streak also tells us something about Nicklaus's mental toughness. Golf is a sport where even the best players have off days. It's one of the most mentally taxing sports in the world. But for nearly a decade, Nicklaus never had a bad enough tournament to miss a cut in a major. He was always there, always with a clear mind, and always good enough to be in contention. And people often use the argument that the talent in golf now is better than it was before. But this wasn't just any decade in golf. This was the 1970s, an era that saw the likes of Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, and Lee Trevino. Nicklaus wasn't
Trevino.
dominating against weak competition. He was consistently
Palmer.
outperforming
I
some
wanna
of the
watch
greatest
Arnold Palmer
players that the sport would ever see. Now, we've talked about Nickaus's major victories and his incredible consistency, but there's another aspect of his game that set him apart: his physicality. In 1963, Nickaus showcased his raw power in a way that hadn't been seen before. At the PGA Championship that year, he entered the long drive contest, a competition where players aim to hit the ball as far as possible. Nickaus didn't just win, he obliterated the competition with a monstrous 341-yard drive. Now you might be thinking, 341 yards, that doesn't sound too impressive by today's standards, and you'd be absolutely right. But here's the catch. Nickaus achieved this with wooden clubs and wound balls, technology that's practically ancient compared to today's equipment. To put it in perspective, the average driving distance on the PGA Tour in 2023 is around 300 yards, with all the advancements in club and ball technology. Nickaus was outdriving today's averages by over 40 yards with equipment from 6 decades ago. But Nickaus's influence on golf didn't end with his playing career. Even at 83 years old, he remains a respected and influential figure in the sport.
I'm about to say he's still out there doing winning majors
golf courses worldwide, shaping the very landscapes where the game is played. His course designs are known for their strategic complexity, often hosting major tournaments and prestigious championships. He has been inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame, given a Medal of Freedom from the President, and even been presented with an award from none other than Muhammad Ali. But beyond course design and awards, he has never neglected his role in the sport of golf, and has taken on a mentorship role for many young players. He's often seen at major tournaments offering advice and encouragement to the next generation of golfers. Now, when it comes to golf's greatest of all time, there are usually a handful of contenders, but as we know, the two that stand out are Jack and Tiger. These titans of the game have set records, redefined excellence, and left an everlasting mark on the sport. But how does Jack stack up in the GOAT conversation? Let's start with the most obvious comparison: major championships. Nickaus holds the record with 18 major wins, whilst Woods sits at 15. It is a significant gap, and one that Woods has been chasing for years. But it's not just about the number of wins, it's also the consistency, the longevity, and the winning percentage. But there are a few factors to consider. Tiger didn't just focus on majors in the same way that Jack did. He also played a lot more weekends, which can take a toll on the body, as we now know. He also missed out on over 22 majors due to being unable to play due to injuries. So whilst Jack definitely won more majors in fewer...
Oh damn, Jack Nicholson never got hurt? That nigga is unhuman. That nigga's an alien.
Appearances, he was also in prime physical shape in comparison to Tiger, who has broken and operated on practically every bone in his body. And there's always the argument that if Tiger Woods had stayed fit for longer, he would have broken Jack's record. Well, he didn't. So we'll never know. But comparing these two greats isn't just about numbers. And there's no way to measure raw talent. The golfing world has changed dramatically since Nicklaus's prime. Today's players benefit from advanced technology in clubs and balls, allowing for greater distances and accuracy. Fitness has also become a crucial part of the game, with players like Woods revolutionizing the athletic approach to golf. And let's not forget about the money. Prize purses have skyrocketed, allowing players to focus solely on golf without financial worries. So how do we compare players from different eras? It's not easy, but let's take a look at some arguments for both. For Nickaus, the case is clear. He dominated in an era with fierce competition from other all-time greats like Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, and Lee Trevino. His major record still stands, and his consistency across decades is unmatched. He completed the career Grand Slam 3 times, showcasing his versatility across all types of courses and conditions. Woods, on the other hand, took the game to new heights. He dominated in a way that hadn't been seen since Nickaus, against fields that were far deeper and more talented than ever before. His peak years from 1999 to 2009 were arguably the most dominant stretch of golf ever played. And let's not forget his incredible comeback from career-threatening injuries to win the 2019 Masters. One thing that connects these two greats is their mutual respect. Tiger Woods once said, "It's kind of amazing how two different people from two different eras who don't have much contact can feel close." But we do. This bond between the two speaks volumes about their shared understanding of what it takes to reach the top of the sport. Nickaus, for his part,
look at the two GOATs. The two greatest dudes to ever touch a golf club. It's crazy.
Focused on the majors. He once said, "The only thing that was in my mind was that I had a major championship to prepare for." This single-minded focus on golf's biggest tournaments is something that he shares with Woods, and it's a big reason why they're both in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
You can make up your own mind, but now you have all the facts. Who do you think is the GOAT?
Woo, it's a tough conversation, man. Tough question, tough. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Who do y'all think is? Let me know in the comments who y'all think is the GOAT. Let me know who y'all got as the GOAT. But now that I watch Jack Nicholson, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. I love Tiger, bro. I love it. But I see more highlights of Tiger. I need to see more highlights of Jack. He showed me pictures and stuff. He showed me some highlights. I need to see crazy because I seen them shots that Tiger was hitting was insane. So I can't really choose right now, but y'all let me know in the comments who y'all think it is. But I only can see, I gotta watch my highlights of Jack before I can make my decision. I seen the stats. He got more majors. He did all that, but I need to see highlights. You feel me? But I'm gonna see y'all next video. Y'all know what's going on, man. Okay. Hey, let me know who y'all want me to watch next, too.